Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by for today's video. I am really excited to be sharing with you my recent favorites. I would say monthly favorites, but I missed last month. I had actually started gathering a little list and just did not have the time. And so I'm kind of combining, I'm smushing 2 months together. So what that means is I might have a couple extra items today. So I should probably jump into this. But if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and here on my channel I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. All right, let's dive in. I do want to let you know that if you are curious about this eye makeup look, this is from this month's BYOP. So I will make sure to have the video on the palette that I built for this month down below, and you can see the tutorial on this look and one more look. All right, so let's start out. I just saw my hands in the viewfinder, so let's talk. First favorite of the month is my yellow nails. I actually just got these done today. When I got to the nail salon, my tech was like, okay, are we doing fall colors or summer colors? I was like, summer, one more summer color. I was like, I need it. I just need the bright colors. So love a good yellow moment. So today, why don't we start off with a bit of hair care? I have a couple newer items that I'm really excited to talk to you about. This one, this is my new baby. Love her so much. This is the Paul Mitchell Avapui Well Ginger Hydra Soft Glossing Treatment. So this is a 15-second miracle if you are looking for shine, if you're looking for some extra softness to your hair. I really enjoy this product. Now, I think for me, one of the things that I love about this is how lightweight it is. So whether you have the finest of fine hair or you have medium to coarse hair, you can absolutely enjoy this product. I know, as a hairdresser, a lot of my clients who are on the finer side of hair. Also, let me just say, and I know I've said this in some of my hair videos before, so let's talk about this. Let's break down the difference between fine, thin, coarse, and thick. Okay, so fine and coarse. This is talking about your hair strand itself, right? You have a fine hair strand and a coarse hair strand. How big are the trees in your forest, right? Are they little like saplings? Are they really skinny and kind of like wimpy? Or are they like big redwoods and they're like, and it takes a lot to get them to do what you want them to do. So that is really kind of the difference. It's more like the texture, the circumference of your hair strands. Now, thin and thick is how many trees are in your forest, right? So you could totally have fine hair, but thick hair. You could have lots of skinny little strands. You could also have coarse hair. So like really thick, kind of like unruly hairs, but only have so many of them on your head. So then you have coarse hair that is thinner. I hope that makes sense. So a lot of my fine haired clients, meaning like the skinny little hairs, they don't love using deep conditioning treatments, but they want something that's sort of hydrating. Maybe their hair's dry, but they're like, oh, every time I do a deep conditioning treatment, my hair gets really wimpy. So this will not happen to you when you use this. And like I said, 15 seconds. Who doesn't love that? So this has a blend of amino acids, vegetable proteins, and nourishing oils to really help give your hair that smooth, glassy finish. This doesn't change the texture of your hair, meaning it's not gonna like straighten your hair, but it will give it, more sheen and glass. As today, I have like the roughest hair ever. I just didn't care today. So I really do love this one. Paul Mitchell sent this to me before we launched it. By the way, I do work for Paul Mitchell as a national trainer. I always try to say that in this just to be very clear. I am not paid to talk about these on my YouTube channel. 3/4 of them don't even know I have a YouTube channel, I'm sure. But I do love the products. It's what I use in the salon and on myself personally. So when they sent this to me ahead of time and I was trying it on my salon guests, I would say honestly 75% of them were like, when you do get this in, set aside a bottle for me, because they all really loved it. So I will link this down below. I usually try, honestly, because I always try to like link some affiliate links down below just so I can get a little bit off of sharing all the things that I love with you. So I usually do try to link my Amazon link, and then I know that Ulta is going to be carrying these because I'm actually doing their launch session for them upcoming, but I know that that's not scheduled till October. So I'm not sure if they're going to have it ahead of time yet. They might not. So if they don't, I will make sure to have Amazon link below. You can also purchase off of paulmitchell.com. Also, you can go into a local Paul Mitchell carrying salon near you. Got to support those local hairdressers, right? Okay, so another Paul Mitchell product. I'll actually talk about both of these briefly. So Tea Tree is very well known. I think the Tea Tree brand from Paul Mitchell, everybody knows and loves that special tingle that you get from the Tea Tree Special Shampoo. So we now have the Special Detox category within this brand. I love both of these. You know, when we think about scalp, it is skin, and we all love a good skincare moment, right? So you can think of these as like skincare that will give you your best hair day. So here we have the Tea Tree Kombucha Rinse. If I've already talked about these products here on my channel, by the way, I do apologize, but I have been loving them. They look a little crusty because they've been in my shower. So the kombucha rinse really helps remove buildup from the hair. This has a combination of kombucha and apple cider vinegar. So when we think about the pH of hair, the more acidic it is, the more like tightened down and really shiny the cuticle is going to be. So this also helps prevent color fade, but it really is that way to just get that like clean. You know, if you are like me and you don't wash your hair all that often, that means that your buildup of your natural oils, your products, things like that, dry shampoo lovers, I'm talking to you. So this really does help get that off of your hair and scalp, and you can use this from scalp to ends. It's just really a beautiful product, but it doesn't like scrub your hair to bits. You know what I mean? So I usually use this and then follow up with a shampoo and conditioner. You can use it in place of shampoo if that works for you, but since I like wash my hair like 4 times a month at most. So I usually do like to get some solidification in once I am actually on wash day. So now when we talk about the foaming salt scrub, so this has Himalayan sea salt, French clay, things that are really gonna help purify your hair. The sea salt obviously does help exfoliate the scalp gently. I really do like this product. So this is more to be able to exfoliate that dead skin off of your scalp, whereas this really helps get product buildup off. So you can use one or the other. You can also use both as well. Love them. You know, there's just something about like that fresh scalp feeling that just like makes me feel good. So I do really love these. Okay, so talking about skincare, let's talk a little bit about a couple fails. The fails that I have for this month are both in the skincare world. So it really makes me sad because one of these is from a brand that I really love, and that is Kiehl's. 99% of the Kiehl's products that I've tried, I've really enjoyed. And this is one that Jeremy has actually really enjoyed in the past. It is the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. Jeremy went through a little tub of this and really enjoyed it. And so when, I think it was like Black Friday or something like that last year, when these went on sale, or maybe it was post-holiday, I don't know. There was a thing. And I was like, ooh, you can get 2 basically for the price of 1 plus a little extra discount. And so I got these and I was like, 1 for you, 1 for me, babe. That's like the best present ever, right? And then like it. It is, first of all, every single time I go into it, you probably won't even be able to see it here, but every single time I go into it, I have to like mix it up with my finger. And I mean, that's enough eye cream on my finger then for 10 days. So I feel like I'm wasting product every single time, but it just doesn't sink into the skin. It just feels like it's there, and it feels separaty. You know, it feels like I'm trying to mix oil and water on my face. I don't love it. Like, there are so many products from Kiehl's that I really love and have used tubs and tubs or bottles and bottles of. And this is one that I just don't even think I will use the rest of it. You know, Jeremy was like, oh, maybe if you like, yeah, because this is like actually thin. I don't know if they changed the formula. I don't know if there's something wonky, but I'm really disappointed. I also know that my friend Kara from Beauty and the Frizz recently talked about this one because she's a Kiehl's lover as well, and she did not like it. She said it didn't sit well under makeup. I have not tried this under makeup. I usually am only using eye cream at night, and I can't. So I even tried like to use it as like a mask, you know, like for those days that I'm feeling like really dehydrated, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can just use this and rinse it off, and just the texture, I cannot. So I won't be using that one. So let me know if you've used this product and you really like it. Was yours kind of runny? Is it something funny now? I don't know. And this was from the get-go. Like, I do feel like at this point, because it's just been sitting there because I've been ignoring it because I hate it so much, it probably just needs to go into the garbage anyway, but it's just always had an issue. All right, another product that a lot of people enjoy, and I'm sort of between meh and like, no. This is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. And I saw that this is another one that is in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale this year. I think I saw it on there. I don't hate it, but it's like, just doesn't seem to do a whole lot. And I have to use a lot of this to really get it to do much of anything. And at this point, I am sort of like hate panning this product. Like I'm using huge scoops of it and like just slathering it all over my face to try to use it up all the way so I can move on. Like, and even when I do that, even when I use that much of it, it does not take off, not even waterproof, like mascara, but you know, like let's say the Rare Beauty mascara, which I feel like you really need something that is good at removing makeup to get that off. This does not do it. And I'm sort of like, all right, if it's not that great at removing something that I can really see and feel, is it really removing my other makeup, or do I just kind of feel like it is? Like, I don't know. I just don't like this that much. I could probably just like move on at this point, but it does seem kind of wasteful. So I'm just scooping it out by like the tablespoon and just trying to get through this one. So I wouldn't buy this again. I'm glad I got it for half off. It wouldn't be something I use again, even at half off. I just don't find that it's worth it. All right, negative vibes out. Let's talk about all of the things that I've been loving. So it's funny because a few of the things that I pulled out were actually in my last month's favorites or in my last favorites video. So if you do want to see that one, I will link it down below because basically everything in there I'm still loving. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to talk about that one. I just talked about that again. But you know, what can I say? Consistency. So one of the things that I didn't talk about though were the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balms. So I pulled these out. I think I had the universal shade in my Shop My Stash for the start of summer, and I pulled these out for my end of summer Shop My Stash because I've just been enjoying them so much. And I have the shades 3 and 6, I'm sorry. And when I originally got these, I was using 3 as my all over product and then 5 as more of like a bronzer product. And a couple days now, I don't know if it would work now, but like after I've been out, you know, Jeremy and I have gone kayaking all day or something like that, and I've gotten more color. The one day I wore 6 all over, and I blended it in quite a bit. Like it was just a very thin layer. I almost said coat. Oh my gosh, a very thin layer. And this just helped me balance my body to my face so nicely. And this is the perfect summer product. I did not get enough use of these out of this summer at all. Like I just didn't. I think this week, especially since I think it's supposed to get hot again, I am definitely going to pull these out because I do think that they really help with oil control. And while I consider myself a more normal to dry person in the summertime, this area, it just gets a little crazy. Like even right now, I mean, I don't mind this because it's just sort of like natural glow, but it does get a little bit extra, especially because I pretty much use like a tinted moisturizer or something that's pretty lightweight. And so it always starts out somewhat glowy and it just gets glowier and glowier. And I just don't like that on my forehead and my nose. So I will for sure be using these at least in those areas. So I love this product. I did a full video on these when they first came out. I think that it's such a different formula than what we've seen before. And I think a lot of people, especially people like myself who got, you know, the universal shade and then they got a skin shade and a bronzing shade, a little goes a long way with these, and you absolutely can use too much. So I think that, you know, people either love these or hate these. They're sort of like, it's a very polarizing product, but I really enjoy them. You know that I love the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Flushed. Those are so good. Those I could see having the entire collection of at one point. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, because I just love that texture that they have. I also saw that the new Danessa Myricks Grounded Palette, the Velvet Pomade formula that's in that palette has Upsolite in it, which is, you know, sort of the like champion ingredient in this. I'm like, I think I'm gonna get that palette. Who else is gonna get that palette? Let me know if you want to see a review on that one. I think I'm gonna get it. Okay, so let's move on. So this is definitely not an oil control product. This is a very glowy, dewy product. I recently used this in a makeup playdate. These are a few of my new shades from Salt New York. New to me. There is one new shade in here, and it's Toasted Coconut. This is, I would say, a glowy bronzer on the right skin tone. It could be like a bronzer. It is just so pretty. It does have a little bit of sheen to it, but it is ever so soft and delicate. Like, oh, it's just so yummy. I have just enjoyed this one. I need to like slather myself in this all week long. I've been pulling out my Chanel Healthy Glow Tan de Chanel. I don't even know, like whatever. I think the product has Chanel in it like 75 times just so that people know it was bougie, but it was a lovely gift from my friend Aileen, and this is the only time of year that I can use that one because it is obviously fairly deep, but it's also a much more, I would say, red undertone to it. And so for me to be able to pull off that vibe, it has to be like in the thick of summer. But I think I'm gonna start putting that one away now just so I can get some more use out of this one because I do really love the formula. Salt New York, I love everything, so I might be a little biased. I actually love this more than I thought I would. So take that for what it is. The other product that I've been using as far as a bronzer that again does sort of have that like reddy undertone, it is actually what is on my cheeks. Did I end up plopping on some blush? I did put a little bit of blush on, but for a while that's all I had, and I really do think I could get away with using this as a bronzer because it does have a bit more of a red undertone, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the Hourglass powder products. Like, oh, they're just so delicious, just very refined. You know, they have that elegant formula. This is diffused bronze light. I will go ahead and give you a swatch, even though we all know that Hourglass swatches are virtually worth nothing because the ambient powder in them, like it comes up nothing. It comes up looking like nothing, but when it goes on the skin, it's a beautiful sort of like rosy bronzer. I really like it, and I found it when I did my Shop My Stash. I think when I did the end of summer Shop My Stash, and I was like, yep, need to pull that one out. The other product that I featured in the end of summer Shop My Stash, which by the way, for those of you that like, you know, are pretty consistent here on my channel, you might be like, Kelly, you just did that Shop My Stash. No, I did not. I filmed it a while ago. I've been trying to like kind of keep ahead of myself, and so I did film that a little bit ago and edited it and just got it up in time for like, was that last week? So I have actually been using this one for a while, and I love it. I've had it for a while, and so I've actually had this one, you know, for quite a bit anyway, so I know that I love it. But this is the Sydney Grace Loose Highlighter in the shade Pumpkin Spice Latte. And so let's see, can I put this to the side of that Hourglass bronzer? Yeah. So this one, if you are, I think you do need to be, you can see it right here. I think you do need to be medium to tan skin to be able to wear this one, or like light medium to tan. I mean, obviously I feel like I'm pretty light medium. Should we maybe put this one on? Let's go ahead and put this one on. Why not? What's a little highlight? So this one is just so beautiful and glowy. I was on Instagram talking about this. So it just has this beautiful like peachy kind of pinky rosy glow to it, but it's definitely warm toned, but not like overly golden. It's so pretty. Now there is also a Pumpkin Spice Latte Extra Whip. I think it might be PSL Extra Whip. I have that in the pressed version, and that is sort of like these tones, but lighter. When I did that Instagram live right before the Sydney Grace Christmas in July sale, I used Pumpkin Spice Latte Extra Whip. I believe that's the one I used. It's this vibe, but lighter. If you're more like extra light to light, I think that would be, you know, that would be the one that I would go for. I don't know if they have it in loose. If I am gonna wear a powder highlighter, I usually don't like messing around with a loose version. I think they do actually make this in a pressed too, but you know, it's so beautiful that I will just go ahead and deal with the loose, okay? Speaking of Sydney Grace, I do wanna talk about one of the favorite things that I've been playing with this month, and this last week I used it almost nonstop. And this one is my I Need a Dupe palette. So this, of course, is my I Need a Nude Natasha Denona palette dupe. So this is my way of sort of duping the vibes of that palette, trying to see if I did need to pick up the Natasha Denona one, if I could kind of get the feel from some of my single shades. I did decide to do all Sydney Grace, more so just to sort of like keep some blinders on myself and not like dive too deep into swatching my entire collection trying to get dupes. But I did feel like, especially in the Christmas and July sale, a lot of the shadows that came in my mystery bag, I was like, this is totally the vibes of what was in those bags. And I do think that a lot of Sydney Grace shadows kind of lean into this color story, into this like kind of vibe. So I thought that I could probably figure out most of it in that brand. So I will make sure to have that video linked down below if you do want to see. I do swatches, looks, all the things. So that is one that I've really been loving. I used it for almost a week straight when I was filming that video, and I'm just like, this is just so good. And I don't feel like I need to buy the palette, which was even better. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I just want to talk about this mascara because when I'm not using it, I'm like, ooh, I wish I was using that mascara. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara. Yes, the mascara that started Mascara Gate. I actually bought it before it sort of became like dramified, and I love it. I actually really love the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara, so I was really excited to try this one, and I do think you get a really nice push-up on your lashes. It gives you defined length, natural looking volume, and a lot of times, even if I'm going to use a more voluminous formula, I always use this as my like base coat, if you will. What do we call that? Primer coat, or base coat, depending on what you're talking about. All right, I'm just trying to see here. My situation here is chaos. Eyeliner. So I didn't really talk about this one much on my channel. I maybe used it in a video, and I meant to talk about it last month because I have really been loving it. This is another Danessa Myricks product. This is the Line Work eyeliner. This is just so beautiful. Like, the thing about this is, I don't know, there's just something about the tip of this that really helps make a nice, easy line. And I like that the formula, it doesn't dry down to that like crispy feel. You know, sometimes when you're doing a liner and you need to go back and kind of touch it up, some liners already start to get that like liquid paint vibe where it's firm. And so if you're trying to go over skin, sometimes it's hard, and then it makes you like wibble wobble, and you gotta do the line bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually your eyeliner looks like this. I don't have eyeliner on today, but I'm just saying, you know, it gets a little extra dramatic. I love this one. I did not need to buy this. I was just looking in my drawer the other day, and oh my gosh, I have so many liquid eyeliners. So I'm going to try to be a good girl, and when I use this up, use what is down here, but I could absolutely see repurchasing this one, 100%. I think this has now bumped my KVD liner out of the runnings for best liquid eyeliner. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. All right. So a few brushes that I want to talk about. These are just really quickly some of the ones that I have been reaching for time and time again this month. Number one is the Larifay F09 brush. So this is obviously a foundation brush, and it is one of those angled brushes. I love this because I think that the length of the bristles is perfect, and it is a good firm brush without being too dense. Of course, you're all going to ask me, like, how does it compare to the BK Beauty 101? I feel like the bristles at the very end are not as long, and this brush is just floppier. And I have noticed actually in some of my brush comparisons, and I was talking to a friend about this a while ago, I can't remember who it was, but I think that BK Beauty sort of changed the 101 at one point in time, because I think one of my brushes doesn't quite get so floppy as this, and then the others do. So I'm not quite sure. I'm just finding that I prefer this one. I just prefer this one over this one. This one's nice, it's great. I just prefer the little bit firmer feel of this. And part of that might be because I usually do wear a tinted moisturizer, you know, something that's fairly thin. And I think that having something that's just a little more wimpy can sometimes, I wouldn't say that it gets streaky. I just find that it doesn't, like, I don't know. It's just not a happy marriage. It's a good marriage, but it's not like the perfect marriage. So, you know. Now, the BK Beauty brush that I have been using literally every single day that I've worn makeup this month is the BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy A506. So everybody calls this like the baby 101. It is the slanted concealer brush. This shape is just so nice. It is just so perfect. I mean, you really, I think most people use this for concealer, but you could also use it for very pinpointed contour, or for pinpointed highlighter. I think it would actually make a nice nose contour as well. So I really do like this one. I do think that Larifay does have one that is similar to this. I don't have it yet. I have so many of these. I think I actually have like 3 or 4 of these, so I definitely don't need to get the Larifay one. But if you are shopping the Larifay site and you see the one that is shaped this way, I think it would be a lovely brush, just given how much I like this one, and that it would be its sort of little sister. So they're both really great. By the way, I do have codes with both of these brands, with both of them, it's Keep Beauty Real. I'm pretty sure. I'll have the details linked down below. I am an affiliate with BK Beauty, so if you use my link, I do get a small commission. I am not affiliated with Lairfay at all, but you can still save money. So, all right. Is that it? No, I had an eyeshadow brush. It's right here. I really have been enjoying the Refer 21 brush. This is this small, flat shader brush. It is perfect for picking up shadows that are a little bit more difficult to pick up. It just has enough of a toothy feel to it that it just seems to do the job really well. I actually think both of these do a pretty good job. The number 2 brush and the 21 brush. The number 2 is just a bit, you know, a bit more chunky. And upon first glance, I would think that this one would actually pick product up even better because it does have cut hairs, you know, on the sides kind of tapering up. So you have raw edge on these bristles that would help kind of pick some of that up. But I don't know, I've just been reaching for this one more. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just feel like I can get more precise because this one is a bit more slim. And especially with my hooded eyes, you know, sometimes if I'm getting in there, it can like pop up onto that other skin up above. Hooded eye issues, I tell you, you gotta love them. So those are the brushes that I have just been reaching for time and time again. I'm considering redoing my best brushes video. I do have a video out there talking about my favorite brushes, and that one is, boy, it's gotta be almost a couple years old at this point. A lot of the brushes that are in there, I would maybe still say the same, but I do think I've probably tried some more brushes. So let me know if that's a video that you would be interested in. I could definitely do that, especially before Black Friday when a lot of these companies start having sales. And if you are looking to pick up some new makeup brushes, maybe that would be helpful. But I just don't know. Have we all just like been like, yeah, I got the brushes, girl. We're good. Or if you have specific brush needs, let me know that too. Just let me know down below. You know, I'm always like, this is a video that I'm gonna really love doing, but is it something that's gonna be helpful? Because it, you know, I'm really here to help all of you, not just to yammer at a camera. It is fun. It is fun, and I'm definitely, you know, obviously it's just a hobby. I'm not really making any money from it, but I do also want it to be helpful. Okay, this is some energy we're bringing today. Weird. So we might as well end up on a couple of my last random favorites. So this is toothpaste. Yes, we're going to talk about toothpaste. This is Himalaya Botanique Complete Care Toothpaste. And I actually found out about this toothpaste from Alicia Budget Beauty, and in one of her favorites videos, I think it was, or it was a haul, but I think it was a favorites video. She was talking about this, and especially this Simply Cinnamon flavor. Now, I have gotten the Simply Cinnamon and one of the mints for Jeremy and I, and they are both so good. Like, they're just really refreshing. They make your teeth feel super clean. This cinnamon one, if you've ever used any of the Young Living Thieves product, that is what this reminds me of. It's more clove than cinnamon to me, but it is really nice. And there's just something to like having that like fresh feeling that isn't coming from like spearmint or peppermint or something like that. I really like the cinnamon. I think Jeremy said he prefers the cinnamon too, but he likes the other mint as well. I will definitely keep ordering this. I got mine on Amazon, so I'll make sure to have it linked down below. Of course, with any of the other things that I've chatted about that do have links as well. All right, the last one, I'm gonna reach over here. And this isn't my favorite flavor, but this is the one that I have sitting here because it's the one that I just drank. This is Poppy, and Poppy is a prebiotic soda. It has apple cider vinegar in it, and it's amazing. The orange is pretty good, but almost all of the other flavors I've really enjoyed. I think the strawberry lemonade is probably my favorite, and they have a root beer that is really good too. The thing that I like about this is it is very, very low in sugar. Let's see, this can of orange has 25 calories, and it has 5 grams of sugar and 2 grams of dietary fiber. So this is sweetened with agave inulin, stevia, and it does have some organic cane sugar in it. So it is just super yummy. I love it. It says that all of the flavors have 5 grams of sugar or less, which is like, you basically breathe, and I feel like you get 5 grams of sugar. So I really do like this. It is very bubbly, so it's not even like a soda replacement. It's like a legit soda. And so when I'm needing that like extra bubbly vibe, this is a great one to have. I know that when even Jeremy likes the flavors of things, it's like a truly good flavor, because he's a little bit pickier than I am, and he, especially when it comes to sweet things, he wants things that are sweet to taste really sweet and not have any like off taste that sometimes you can get from some of the sweetener alternatives. And so this I really like. I know that you can get these from Costco. I think I have also gotten them from Target. Okay, you know, you've been chatting when you fill up a memory card. I did film this as well. But anyway, I think you can also get these. So Costco, I know Target has them, and then I think you can get them online as well. So I will link some options down below as well. But these are just really nice. Like I said, lots of flavors to try if you try to limit your sugars, but you're not using like aspartame or sweeteners like that. This might be a good one to look into. I'm just gonna do a look here. We have one more item. We have one more item, and it was sitting over to the side. So the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink Lip Colors. I have talked about these on my channel before. I actually did a video where I sort of compared these, the Urban Decay Vinyl Lips, and the Haus Labs of the same nature, the Atomic Shake lip thingies. So I love these. I love these. And, you know, for the price, they really just can't be beat. I did just recently post on my community page when Ulta was doing these for 30% off, because I think that that is a really good deal. And these just last so nicely. They aren't like perma paint, but they are very long wear. And the thing that I like especially about these is they are maybe not as high shine as, like, let's say the Haus Labs Atomic Shake Lip Lacquer is, but they are fairly shiny and like go down to like a satin. So they're super comfortable. Actually, my sister is getting married at the end of this month. I'm pretty sure this video will probably be going up when it's technically September. And she was talking to me because I'm gonna be doing her hair and her makeup. And she's like, what should I do for like a lip? Like, should I get like a matte lip so it lasts? She's like, oh, they just dry my lips out so bad. I was like, I got you, girl. I got you. And then the Ulta sale happened like the next day. I was like, I'm ordering some options for us. So I just think that these do have such a lovely long wear. As they wear down, they don't wear super patchy. So I think that they still look nice, and they're easy to reapply. You know, some of those products like the Haus Labs, I don't think that you'd have great luck reapplying that one. So something like this that is a little bit more forgiving is great. And let me tell you, the way to get these off is to use a like oil-based makeup remover, because after I did the swatches for the picture that's on my community tab, so if you do want to see these 3 shades swatched out, you can check out my community page. But when I did that, I ran back inside and I was trying to like wash it off with like dish soap. No, it smeared a little bit, but it did not go anywhere. So then I was like, okay, I'm in my kitchen and I don't feel like running back upstairs. So I just grabbed some avocado oil and it came off. So you just need something that is oil-based. That also means that, just like most long-wear lip products, if you eat anything that is more oil-based, like pizza or vinaigrette or something like that, you will probably, you know, it'll break up the product a little bit. But they are so nice. And I think that like at Ulta, they're $12.99 and they were like $9 or something like that in the sale. All right, so is that it now? I think that's it. Whether it's it or not, that is going to be it, because we've been here a while. So if you have any questions about any of these products, go ahead and drop them down in the comments. I would also really love to know what you've been loving. And if you have anything that you want to see from me coming up this fall, please let me know down in the comments down below. Like I said, if you did find this video valuable, it really does help me out if you like this on your way out, and I will see you really soon.